Morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. If you're watching the last few times we went live, we're just trying to put in some new software. So we're trying to get more social media involved. So sometimes you may see ask a question or you'll see an echo in the background. We're just getting the bugs out of it. Today should be better, and then I think we're going to get better going forward, just overall. So, we're always trying to improve. Keep that in mind. Meanwhile, trying to improve. Meanwhile, you got to strap in on these markets. See what's happened the last couple of weeks? The market now, when it bounces, it looks good. But that's a bounce that looks good after a weak week that we've had two in a row now. So now people are going to start to look at their positions and say, wow, these things are so far away from their highs, especially the big names. And the performance is not going to look as good as it did, say, 3 weeks ago. And if you get a couple more weeks of this where the market's going to get more and more illiquid, we're running into Thanksgiving, going to run to illiquidity there. We're going to run into the last month of the year, December, where people are going to be moving things around tax-wise. Okay, all of a sudden liquidity dries up. People are not looking to initiate positions. So moves might become more extreme. Let's just go through a few examples. I'm going to go to the big name stocks before we go to our ideas. Now look at some of these names. Okay, here's something like Google. Starting to pull back. Okay, this is the closest thing to its highs. Okay, look at something like Netflix. Okay, you got to bounce in the area and then failed. So this thing looks like it could, and now you have the split in there. So now the market has a lot more newer people, or as we say, tourists in the market, who just want to buy it because it's split. But in the interim, look how it's not performing well. Go to a couple other ones. And we got a couple setting up, which is a little more scary. AMD. Okay, this has been the latest. The last month or two has been the darling. I think this is so far away from where it should be. That's ADM. Excuse me. We put up AMD right below. Okay, I think this is on the failure side here. So you got to watch yourself. I think it's run its course, and this can pull back. Some other names. Tesla. You're always going to ask me about Tesla. I'm going to show you. I actually think Tesla short term should hold, but longer term failed. Okay, look how far away. Think about it, guys. The market is so far away on these big names from their highs. So if they, even now, like we said, it's only a bounce. If it goes from here to here, it's a bounce. You're not up in these numbers no more. Your performance, let's say in the middle of October to the middle of November now, big difference when you see where you are for the year. You went from having a really good year to maybe now you're having an average year. Okay, it's still a positive, but let me tell you something, you still got 6 weeks left. It can go negative. So I'm just giving you some of the big names because they're the ones. What are the two darlings of the year? Palantir and Nvidia. Let's look at them. Okay, let's put up Nvidia first. And I don't trade this. You know why? Because a couple of times it's just all my signals have been to get short and it hasn't worked. So we made a video about this months ago. So I said, guys, I'll give you my opinion in Nvidia, but I'm not trading it. But look how far away that is from its highs. And then you want to see something that's really been the darling of the year is Palantir. Look how far away that is from its highs. Okay, it doesn't look like a lot, but you're talking about 30 points away from its highs. In the interim, what have we been talking about for the last few weeks? Risk off. Okay, and one of the things that we think is an indicator is crypto. So look at the crypto stocks. Okay, the one we look at, MSTR, is our gauge. That's our Bitcoin gauge. Well, look at it now. Look at this thing. Not bouncing at all. And it's going to get to a point where you're going to start to see some forced selling. We think there is going to be some forced selling. This is a way of tracking Bitcoin, in my opinion, because this company is very levered to the price of Bitcoin. They're also, remember I said levered, which also means when you get to a certain area, you have to unwind the leverage. And I think we are in that area. So you could see some drastic moves in MSTR here, which is, you got Bitcoin now, it's below 100, trading 95, say whatever you want, still 95,000, which is strong. But the other stuff is starting to get heavy. That's MSTR. Let's look at Mara. Okay, that's, the favorites. Look at this. These are people that are caught. What are they going to do if it continues to go lower? Riot. All the steam has come out of these. The point I'm trying to make here, see when it was up here? Let me tell you something. You know when that was? 2 weeks ago. So beginning of the month, everything was up here. Everybody's look out. Here we go. Now you're down here. Let me tell you something. You get into, I would say, impulsive, uncomfortable, and then maybe even panic areas. So people got to say, it's the end of the year. I got to make a decision. So all of a sudden, you could get extensions in all these. That's one sector. The other sectors, and I've been getting myself involved in this, rare earth, it's not holding either. This is at the very, very big area right here. One we use is USAR. Okay, now, tell me this didn't carry everybody out. We talked about this. Beginning of October, people got themselves in. People got themselves caught by the end of October, right back down here. Then it got to areas that I thought were value areas, still making newer lows. I'm in this, and let me tell you, I'm not that comfortable right now. There's an area, if you belong to the group, we are approaching a very, very, very big area in USAR. So if it does hold, there's a chance of a bounce. If it doesn't hold, I got to make a decision. But look at the people that are in from here. This is another sector that people got caught. Beginning of October, they couldn't tell you how to spell rare earth minerals, rare earth metals. They couldn't tell you how to spell rare earth. Now they're involved and they're getting hurt. Another one, lithium, uranium, same thing. LAC. People didn't know what LAC was until the government got involved. And then the government made itself a partner. And everybody got involved in LAC. Look at the same thing. This is all from October on. Got caught. Now it got back to those areas. Now it's below even those areas. So this is the moment of truth coming up here, in my opinion, in LAC. All the people that are caught. If you got in here, you weren't stopping out here because that's okay, I'm going to hold on, I'm going to hold on. And now all of a sudden, you're holding on. Look where you are. You are so deep out of the money. So you might have to make a decision there, basis the calendar also. So this is the point I'm trying to make. How the market, the sentiment has changed drastically in the last couple of weeks. And I don't think it's going to get better. I actually think if you get a bounce, it's going to be an opportunity for you to say, let me trim a little bit, because it's going to get more and more liquid. And if you get another downdraft, then you're going to force people's hands. And that's when you got to worry. It's going to be risk off everywhere. Right now, crypto looks like it's risk off. Some of the hot sectors looks like risk off. Precious metals could be risk off. We still think that's only in the 5th or 6th inning. So we look at it as opportunity. We sold out of all of our precious metals futures. We're waiting to get back in. Look at how they've pulled back. Look at silver. Silver, beginning of the week, made an all-time high up at 55 bucks. Okay, 54 in futures, dropped $3 like it's nothing. It went up $6 like it's nothing, dropped $3 like it's nothing. If it's risk off, this can pull back also. And silver is very different than every other metal you're going to trade. This could be an event, and then watch yourself. It could go anywhere. We're waiting. We have no futures on. Gold, same thing. Platinum, same thing. Palladium, same thing. You have a $100 down move in gold. It's serious stuff. Doesn't look like much because it's had a big move. Gold could easily start to wash out down here. And we have a whole list we want to buy. Okay. Talked about the things that should make you a little uncomfortable. We're not trying to make you uncomfortable. I want you to make you aware. Why? Because when they do, if they do happen, and you're prepared, you won't be impulsive. You won't make a quick decision. You'll think clearly. That's the edge. That's what we have. We have all these positions on. We're not even close to being uncomfortable because we've trimmed everything. Well, we said about a week and a half ago in the group, we said, guys, anything that you think you're a little too heavy on, that you can get uncomfortable, you want to trim. And that's exactly what we did. So what happens now? If the market does do that, we're flexible. That's where we look at things.
All right, we have a question on TMC.
TMC, that's one of those, another sector that we got to pay attention to, because I'm in TMC. I'll only tell you what I'm in, and that's not performing either. Okay? Now, we caught this twice this year. We caught this nice. We caught it here. We caught it here and caught the move. Then we caught it here and caught the move, and then watched it go. We didn't get involved. We started getting involved around here and here and here. So I think I have it on like I'm around here. But I'm not comfortable with it on now either, because now you get into big areas. Same thing. People wanting to be in. Doesn't this look like rare earth? Does this look like lithium? Does it look like uranium? It is. This is the way it's being treated. Just people say, get me in, get me in. They don't even know what it means. I knew what it meant. That's why we were in twice. But now I'm uncomfortable. So if I'm getting uncomfortable and I'm in from here, imagine the people that are uncomfortable from here. They may force out of that too. I would really watch myself. I think all of these are set up where if the stock market breathes again on the downside, all of these are going to start stopping people out. I'm going to make a decision myself.
All right. Those are the questions we have right now, guys. If you have any other questions on any stocks you want us to look at, put it in the comment chat. AREC. Did we go over
AREC, we didn't go over that one either. That's another one. That's the one that the group caught big time, and now it's right into the area that we've been starting to buy. Okay. This was one that we had on from the beginning of the year. We've had people in the group made a 10x on this, which made whenever that happened, like about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I smiled the whole day when people in the group said, we bought this thing at 70 and 80 cents. We sold it at $6.50, $7. You had to see the smile on my face. I had the same thing on too, but I didn't know they had it on also as much. So they cashed everything out, and we said, wait for it to go to 4, and between 4 and 3, we're going to buy it. So we did. We bought it between 4 and 3, watched it bounce, but we think it's got more room. Now it's back down to 3, so we got to pay attention. I do this thing, maybe it could get down around here, but overall, I like it down here. Okay, if I was long up here, I'd be uncomfortable. But the thing is, we got out when people were getting in, so I'm worried about them being uncomfortable and forcing their hand, because on a new low, you might have the extension down, and we have a little bit of room to buy more. But I'm in AREC, okay, and I bought it between 4 and 3. We're going to see what happens next week.
Okay, next one up, MOS.
Yeah, the fertilizer. We like the grain markets. They showed, it was a grain report yesterday, so they pulled back a little bit. But soybeans kind of exposed the market a little bit, in my opinion, that $10 was the wrong price for beans. So remember, we caught soybeans. We caught soybeans nice. We don't have them on now, and you see how it exposed the whole grain sector once it got through here. So now the grain report came out. So this could easily go right back to these areas, and we're going to look at beans again. In the interim, we don't have corn on. We sold it out. We have wheat on, Kansas City wheat, because it's discounted price, and we think that rolls into food processors and fertilizer. So we like MOS. We have it on. It's not working, but it's turning, and it's turning the way we want it to turn. This is actually this is constructive in my opinion, because it found an area that it can hold, and I think this is a good area. We caught this twice this year. We had MOS on at the beginning of the year. We caught that move, then we caught this move up to about here, and then we started putting it on MOS from here, here, and here. So it's been good to us. That's why. If I was uncomfortable, I would tell you. Okay, I'm not uncomfortable yet in MOS. I think it's got a bounce coming in. I think it's very soon.
Okay, next one. We have a question from Neil on SBSW.
SBSW, that's our home run stock. 2 home runs we hit on it this year. We put it on again because we think it's a 3rd home run. SBSW has been good to us, and let me tell you something, I think it's going to still be good to us. Remember, we were all in here, sold everything here. When I'm making this up, we put it all back here and sold it all here. Not exaggerating, guys, it's the truth. And then we've gotten in here, here, here. We put SBSW on right around here. Now it looks like it's pulling back. We got room to buy more, because I still think this is going to make a new high over the next 3 to 6 months, maybe even by year end. I like SBSW a lot.
What do we have here? Lulu.
Lulu, we're out of Lulu. And actually it's getting to an area we might start looking at it again. We cashed it, okay? It should have popped, and it didn't. Okay, so we bought it, I think 165, 166, somewhere around there, and twice sold it in the 170s. But now it looks like it's putting itself to sleep. So I would maybe get involved if it extends lower. But to initiate right here, I'm not going to do anything right here in Lulu. We're out of the position.
How about UNG from Allen?
UNG, we cashed in. We sold all of our UNG this week. We sold all of our natural gas. We want to put it back on, but we thought it was extending. So we sold all of our UNG. We sold the last piece up to around this $15 area, somewhere around here. And we look at it, looks good. Okay, but now we're out of natural gas. If it pulls back, we will look at natural gas, because if you see how the market reacted without even a hurricane. We didn't get a hurricane. I mean, that's just bad luck. You go through you. I mean, it's good luck that nothing bad happened. We never want anything bad to happen. But hurricane is part of our trading strategy. We didn't even get that. So this shows how weather and the fundamentals and the cheapness of UNG and natural gas corrected itself. So UNG popped. We're going to look at UNG and natural gas if it pulls back.
Okay, how about BA, Boeing?
Boeing, we just started getting into Boeing. We just bought it the last 2 days. It's in an attractive trading area, in my opinion. We waited for it to get to the area. How cool is that? Think about it, guys. Boeing just works its way lower, lower, lower. We didn't get involved. When we get involved, right here. I bought it twice this week. Okay, we got room to buy a little bit more. I actually think if the market's going to hold next week, which I can't tell. If the market does hold, we think Boeing's going to snap right back up to this area, this 210 area. So we've been buying Boeing the last 2 days, and we got room to buy a little bit more.
Donald's asked about RIG.
Rig. It's our second largest position, holding like a champ. Oil holding very well, so we think rig is going to catch up. Had a nice little extension higher. We didn't sell any more. We like our rig position. We think rig is going to wind up being a lot higher. Between 2 and 3, there was nothing to do. Then when it got above 3 and then started testing and holding, now it's doing this up here. That's what we like to see.
All right, next one's coming up, PLG.
PLG, we don't talk about PLG on here, guys. We have it on. That's a lottery ticket. That's a group one that we talk about.
Okay, looks like those are our questions for
Okay.
now.
Let me show you where we are for the year, guys. Okay, you probably know where you are for the year. If you go look, your most recent, like today, go check and see where you stand. You've probably given a piece back, and it might be more than a piece than you expected, and over a short amount of time. Well, this is us for the year, guys. When we broke 300% on Wednesday, the last 2 days we gave back a little. We're around 290. 290% we are for the year. This is just closed trades. That's why that shows that. And as you can see, if you've been following us for the last month and a half since the beginning of October, we're putting some trades on. I think we were at 420. So you can see we're putting trades on. If you followed us from the beginning of October, we were around 220%, which is, believe me, that's the best I've ever done. But you say maybe you're going to take the air out of the ball or calm down. Obviously, you can see we stay in aggressive opportunities are here. But to make 70, 80% in 6 weeks, and we haven't been fully invested, and while people are probably, when they're saying the last 6 weeks, I think people have lost a lot of money or given a lot back, this is the edge we got. We started putting on some shorts now. We got a couple of shorts on. We had a couple of shorts on a few weeks ago. We're only trading value. You tell me, if you can make this somewhere else, you should do it. Okay, but we can explain our trades when we make money, when we lose money. We don't trade in the big names. We avoid crypto. We're not mirror trading. We're not swing trading. We're not day trading. We're directional traders. We trade what I have experience in, which is commodities and resources. So if I lose money, I could explain it. If I make money, I could explain it. If you can make and lose money and explain it the way, without listening to people on TV and reading literature, because their stories are the same. You think about it, sometimes earnings come out in these big names, and you say, wow, these are great earnings, it should be higher and the stock's lower. Okay, those guys can't explain it either. You want to know something? You ask me anything here in the stock, we're wrong, I can explain it. That's what I want. I got no problem losing money. I want to be able to explain it. So watch yourself. That's where we stand. This is what goes on all day. We have a chat all day. Okay, we go over everything we're doing. You see, all I do is tell people what I'm looking at. When we trade, we tell you what we're doing ahead of time, not after the fact. Okay, you see right here. Okay, TECK, CENX. We tell you, look, Boeing, you talked about Boeing. Told you we bought Boeing twice this week. We doubled our position in Boeing. You see it right here. I tell you ahead of time, and then we do it as a team. Okay, I'm not front running anybody, which a lot of these sites I'm starting to find out, they'll buy it and then they'll take the group after the fact. That don't work here. Okay, we work as a team. That's what we do here. Futures, if you want to trade futures, maybe you got to get up once in a while in the middle of the night. But if you're making money, is it worth it? I think it is. Okay, and you could see, obviously, you could see by the trades, you see, these little muscles and whatever, thumbs up and all that, because we've been doing pretty good for a while. Okay, we're making some serious money trading something I have a lot of experience in commodities. Look, we're trading something like hogs. Okay, I don't care what it is. There's an opportunity to make money. I'm going to find it because I've been doing this for a long time. The interim, this is what you get with the group. You get a Thursday webinar with Guy Adami from CNBC. Okay, Q&A. Ask him any question you want. He's been on fire for 2 years, every Thursday morning. Got a midday clip comes out, gives you an idea of what we're looking at. Okay, we don't think this is an investable market. We think it's a trading market. So what do? Your opinion's going to change from 8 o'clock to 10, 11, 12 o'clock. We put it on a clip. We give you an idea. We tell you we're on the plan or we're looking for reversals. We trade. That's how we're making this performance. You know what trading means? Recognizing reversals before somebody else. Recognizing when something's trending before something else. Believing in your story. That's how we do it. That's what we do here. We got something that we added on this year that we didn't do before. Bots. Right here. Okay, if you're a bot trader, I wasn't, but now I'm a believer. Bot trading is a bunch of singles. You know your parameters, you know your trades. As you can see right here, see how the trades come out? It tells you gain, loss, what you're risking, what the price is. Okay, that's a young man, Joe Bot, created this algorithm. It's up 100% for the year, guys. If you're up 100% trading bots, don't worry, stick to what you're doing. If you're up 50, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're curious on how to trade bots, this is where you got to go. And this is not on top of, this is on top of our 300%. It's not part of our 300%. We're up around 300, and then you add another 100 for Joe Biden. All serious stuff, guys. We're not making this up. Okay? This is how you join. RNTR Trading. Okay, guys? Got a lot of copycats lately. Why? I think people are starting to get banged around a little bit. Okay, so be aware. We don't trade crypto. We don't ask you for your money. We aren't mirror traders. We aren't day traders. You get all these people trying to say this. You contact us, we get back to you. We have our own security way. We'll give you the link. We'll give you the email. We'll connect you. We'll connect you to the chat. We gotta do it for you. Okay, we'll send you the mails. We'll send you all the stuff. Okay, this way there's no copycats in here. No people playing games with us. That's what it costs. You get everything I just mentioned except JoBot course for that amount. Now keep this in mind. This is going to change. Okay, we're going to put out a package for Thanksgiving, and then right after Thanksgiving, we're going to change. We've added so many more features. We've added more staff, so we're going to raise the prices. So if you're interested, look at what you get for this, guys. It's not a flash in the pan. Last year, we were up over 100%. Last year, we've had 2 other years we were up over 100%. Okay, I'm using the edges, and the public is getting involved. The public is creating the edges. We got a new administration. We got tariffs, the market's adjusting, geopolitical problems. We got the dollar moving. Okay, all these things create trading opportunities, and that's what we've been doing. Been doing this for a couple of years, this way, with this style, with the new president. Okay, it's not going away. You can see we're aggressive. We're not taking the air out of the ball. It's worth it. I think it's worth an investment. Okay, you can quit anytime you want. You're not married to this. You join it, and 2 weeks later say this is not for me. Fine, get prorated on what you lay out. What you lay out. Cost you $20 a week to say, and you say for 2 weeks it cost me $40 to say, this is for me. We got everybody doing this, okay? I got school teachers, I got people that own restaurants, I got housewives, I got students, I got attorneys, I got a couple of doctors on here, plumbers, electricians. We were just in marketwatch.com, you go look it up. Okay, they did an article on us in early September. Person who retired in an electrical firm, looked over my shoulder. So all you do is look over my shoulder, did it for 7 months. Bought his children a house in Florida just by kind of mimicking what we've been doing. So it's here, the opportunities are here. Okay, we will be back on Friday. Right?
Yeah, I'll be back Friday.
Friday. Well, we don't know if it's 8 a.m. or 8:30. We're trying to get this software where we can combine them. But we'll be back here Friday. We'll give you a heads up which one it is. All right. Any quick questions before we go?
That's it.
Okay. See you guys Friday. Please watch yourself in the markets. Make adjustments. Between now and the end of the year, you have to make adjustments. You can't trade December like you trade October, July, June, May. You can't trade. You have to make adjustments. As a group, we make the adjustments. There's 2 months to make adjustments. August and December. We're already making our adjustments. Watch yourself.